In the world of law enforcement, not all is as it seems. Today, we peel back the layers on one such complex character, Officer Sean Jeffery Brijmohan. Hailing from a humble background, Brijmohan chose a life dedicated to maintaining order, a life in the police force. His journey, however, took an unexpected turn, leading him down a path that ended in an interrogation room. A typical day on duty at the metro station spiraled into a whirlwind of questions and accusations. A seemingly routine incident twisted into a tale of intrigue, involving individuals as varied as a hookah enthusiast named Muhammad and a man named Jeremy DeWitt. And so, we delve into the murky waters of a police interrogation. The room is quiet, save for the rustling of paperwork and the ticking of the clock. This is the setting as we delve into the beginning of the interrogation. A room filled with tension, anticipation, and uncertainty. A place where the truth is sought in the shadows of doubt and deception. Officer Sean Jeffery Brijmohan sits on one side of the table, his expression unreadable, his demeanor calm. Opposite him, a group of seasoned investigators, their eyes reflecting years of experience, their minds sharp and focused. There's a palpable sense of gravity in the air. The stakes are high, and everyone in the room knows it. The initial questions are routine, designed to establish a baseline, a sense of normalcy before the real probing begins. They ask about his day, his duties, his interactions before the incident. Brijmohan answers with a steady voice, his words carefully chosen, his tone measured. Each response is a piece of the puzzle, a fragment of the story, waiting to be pieced together. But as the conversation progresses, the questions become more pointed, more probing. They delve into the specifics of the incident at the metro station. Who was there? What happened? Why was Brijmohan involved? His responses, still composed, reveal little. It's a dance of words and wits, a game of cat and mouse where the line between truth and deception blurs. Yet, beneath the surface calm, something shifts. Brijmohan's eyes flicker with an unseen emotion. His hands, previously steady, twitch ever so slightly. The investigators notice, their gazes sharpening, their tones hardening. They sense a crack in the facade, a potential lead to follow. It's a subtle change, but in an interrogation even the smallest detail can turn the tide. As the minutes turn into hours, the room grows heavy with the weight of unspoken truths and unsolved mysteries. The investigators press on, their questions becoming more relentless, their determination unwavering. Brijmohan, for his part, maintains his composure, his responses calculated, his demeanor unflinching. But as the hours tick by, the tension begins to rise. The room, once quiet, is now filled with the echoes of unanswered questions and the undercurrent of a story yet to be revealed. The interrogation has only just begun, and already the stakes are higher than ever. As the questions become more pointed, the room seems to grow smaller. The air in the room grows thick with tension. The interrogation, once a gentle probing, now takes on an air of urgency. With each question, the stakes rise, the heat intensifies. The once casual conversation morphs into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. As the questions delve deeper, Officer Sean Jeffery Brijmohan's demeanor starts to shift. He'd been composed, even nonchalant at the onset, but now the cracks begin to show. The once assertive voice now carries a note of uncertainty, the confident posture now slightly hunched. The interrogators, like seasoned predators, sense the change. Their questions become more pointed, more insistent. The focus sharpens on inconsistencies in Brijmohan's story, discrepancies in his timeline, gaps in his account of the events. Where were you on the night of... Who can vouch for your whereabouts? Why did you contact... These questions hang in the air, each one a challenge, a dare to weave a more convincing tale. Brijmohan, cornered, attempts to parry, to deflect. He repeats his story, his voice a bit more strained, his words a tad more rehearsed. But the interrogators are relentless. They pick apart his narrative, finding holes, revealing contradictions, unearthing half-truths. The heat of the room seems to mirror the heat of the moment. Brijmohan, under the glaring spotlight, finds himself at a crossroads. To tell the truth or to stick to his tale? To admit his wrongs or to maintain his innocence? As the session wears on, the truth becomes harder to discern. The lines between fact and fiction blur, and the real story is lost in a maze of words and counterwords. Brijmohan, the man in the hot seat, finds himself embroiled in this intricate dance of truth and deception. The truth, it seems, is a tricky thing to pin down. Every interrogation has its turning point, and this one is no exception. The questioning of Officer Sean Jeffery Brijmohan, which we've been delving into, was profoundly altered by an unexpected revelation. This revelation came not in the form of a confession or a slip of the tongue, but rather a surprising piece of information that was brought to light during the intense back and forth. As the interrogator dug deeper and pressed harder, it was revealed that Officer Brijmohan, contrary to what was initially believed, was the owner of a police state. The impact of this revelation was monumental. It was akin to a sudden gust of wind, blowing away the fog that had previously clouded the investigation. This was no ordinary officer. Brijmohan was a figure of significant power and influence, a man who had his own police state. The ripple effect of this revelation was immediate. It changed the course of the interrogation and how Officer Brijmohan was perceived. He was no longer just an individual under questioning, he was a man with a vast amount of power and control. The revelation had a dramatic effect on the dynamics of the room. It was as if the power had shifted, the tables had turned. The reaction of Officer Brijmohan to this revelation was noteworthy. There was no denial, no shock, no visible discomfort. Instead, there was a calm acceptance, a quiet acknowledgement. It was as if he had been waiting for this moment, for this information to be uncovered. This unexpected revelation not only transformed the interrogation, but also added a new layer of complexity to the case. It brought up questions about power structures, about how far one individual's influence could reach, and about the blurred lines between law enforcement and individual authority. In the face of such a revelation, the room falls silent. When the dust settles, many questions remain. As the echoes of the interrogation of Sean Jeffery Brijmohan fade, we're left to ponder the implications of what was revealed. The atmosphere is dense with a mixture of relief and unease, the aftermath of a storm that has passed, leaving in its wake a landscape forever altered. The revelations made during the interrogation sent ripples through the lives of those involved. Brijmohan, once a figure of authority, now faced a much harsher light. The weight of the revelations bore heavy on him, casting a long shadow over his career. His reputation, once unblemished, was now scarred, a testament to the truth that emerged in the sterile confines of the interrogation room. The investigating officers, too, were not left untouched. Their role, after all, was not just to uncover the truth, but to grapple with its implications. The aftermath of the interrogation brought a shift in their perspective. They had to reconcile the image of Officer Brijmohan they had known with the man who emerged from the shadows during the interrogation. It's a jarring transition, a stark reminder of the complexities inherent in the pursuit of truth. As the aftermath unfolded, it became clear that the interrogation was much more than a mere inquiry. It was a crucible, a fierce test of character for Brijmohan and for the officers. The revelations made that day left an indelible mark, a reminder of the fragility of trust and the heavy cost of deception. In the wake of the interrogation, the atmosphere at the metro station changed. The routine bustle was tinged with a sense of unease, a subtle reminder of the events that had transpired. The laughter was a bit quieter, the conversations a bit more hushed, as if the very walls were echoing the whispers of the interrogation room. So we are left to ponder. The aftermath of the interrogation, like the truth itself, is a complex tapestry, woven with threads of doubt, revelation, and consequence. In the end, the truth is a puzzle, pieced together in the quiet of an interrogation room. As the door closes on this chapter, we are left with more questions than answers. We've journeyed through the chilling details of the interrogation involving Officer Sean Jeffery Brijmohan, Jeremy DeWitt, and others. We've dissected the intricacies of their testimonies, the tension in the room, and the unexpected revelation that shook us all. This case has underscored the immense challenges that law enforcement often faces. It's shown us the tangled webs of truth and deception that officers must unravel in their quest for justice. It's a stark reminder that every case has its complexities, its layers of mystery that sometimes remain unsolved. Yet, it's also a testament to the persistence of those seeking the truth, the relentless pursuit of justice that lies at the heart of law enforcement. As we reflect on the broader implications, we're reminded of the inherent human drama in these situations, the narratives that unfold within the confines of an interrogation room. And so, we leave the interrogation room with the echoes of questions still hanging in the air.